Jackson Radio Show.
I think I am good, but that doesn't mean that I am complacent or resolved about what happened. It still is very painful. It hurts a lot.
Hillary Rodham Clinton has spent the last 10 months trying to figure out why she isn't president of the United States.
Can we talk about Election Day?
Mm-hmm.
Did you have any clue what the outcome of that day would be?
No.
As the polls closed, Clinton supporters gathered in a New York City convention center, expecting to see history being made. But as the returns came in, the celebratory mood began to fade.
You know, I just kind of went into the bedroom, laid down on the bed, just thought, okay, I just have to wait this out. But then midnight, I decided, well, looks like it's not going to work.
After midnight, she called Donald Trump, the president-elect. And then she called the White House.
You called the president?
I did. I felt like I had let everybody down.
Morning came, and the nation was waiting to hear from her.
I had not drafted a concession speech. I'd been working on a victory speech.
Welcome back, everybody. Kevin Jackson here. Hillary Clinton was so sure of winning, she did not even bother to draft a concession speech. She just said, I've got this thing locked in. Donald Trump can do nothing to me. God, I'll never forget the last week of the campaign. And they were leaving Pennsylvania, they were leaving Ohio, and they were going to focus their efforts on Texas because it was a lock. And then the day before, they were scrambling. We're not sure what's going on. Suddenly there was a shift in the polls. I don't know what they were looking at, but it cracks me up. And the fact that Hillary's still out there is amazing to me. And here's what's funny about it. They're retreading all these old stories about Hillary to promote this stupid book. This has been the most aggressive book promotion by Hillary Clinton I've ever seen. And she's written 3 of these dogs with fleas. They had a commercial of her from Time magazine, and it looked like Hillary's modeling. You got to see this on our site. They say something like Hillary Clinton, and she does this slow turn like, and then looks at the camera, and you're like, oh no, because you can see it coming, full frontal. Hillary, boom. I mean, it is so funny to watch. Just think of, this, like you're looking away from the camera, and then you just sort of dip your neck, your chin, and turn towards the camera with this alluring look. Except it's Hillary Clinton. It is so funny. I saw it and I go, what next? Victoria's Secret? Runway? I mean, come on. Disgraced presidential candidate modeling for Time magazine. Her performance is a must see. But trigger warning, have a vomit bag, okay? And Hillary said Trump was creepy. If you see this, you'll understand why I'm saying that. It is creepy to watch Hillary Clinton try to be like, in your face. You guys have seen it. That's why y'all are chuckling. Because it is funny. It's creepy funny. I mean, when I look at that video of Hillary, I feel like flesh-eating worms are crawling all over me, and I'm helpless to move, and I can't speak. People are like, that's okay. They're going to eat him down to his bones, and then we won't have to bury him or something. He'll leave a skeleton for science. You get creeped out. Oh, my gosh. Hillary discusses, that all of us are flawed. Yeah, the conservatives. She then emphasizes that women are oppressed by the double standards of flaws. She says, all people are flawed. We're all flawed. Yeah. But then she goes on to talk, but the problem is there's a double standard when it comes to flaws. Women cannot be flawed. And she goes, I think it comes really early in girls' lives. I think particularly building the confidence of little girls is a big first step. For the record, very true. So what builds the confidence of little girls the best? I'm just going to stop for 3 seconds and let you ponder it. And I'm not even counting your 3 seconds right now. I want you to give you plenty of time to ask yourself, what do you think gives little girls the most confidence in their lives? 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3. Yes, it would be their parents. And particularly, anybody? Daddy. That's right. Daddy's going to give them all kinds of confidence. Daddy will show a little girl how she should be treated by the way he treats her mother. Daddy will show a little girl how she should be treated by how he treats his daughter. He will be a role model for her, for men, and he will be the template. And so she's exactly right. But then go ahead and extrapolate and ask yourself, what policies do Democrats invoke that give anything close to this? They have ruined the family. We're all flawed. And I love this part. Having more role models, because you can't, as the saying goes, imagine doing something you can't even see. And I love how this is a direct transcript from what she said. How do you plan to be an underseas explorer, a general in the military, or a great scientist if you don't see role models? So I was like, what? I know. If only women could be any of those things in this male-dominated, extremely flawed society that exacerbates the women's flaws. If only history were to teach us about, I don't know, women in very interesting roles. I can't speak for underwater exploration, but I do know of Carolyn Herschel's work in the cosmos. And there was an article in the Smithsonian about her, and it says, Carolyn became a brilliant astronomer in her own right, discovering new nebula and star clusters. She was the first woman to discover a comet. She discovered 8 in total, and the first to have her work published by the Royal Society. She was also the first British woman to get paid for her scientific work. So I can't speak for underwater, but I can speak for the cosmos. And as for generals, I hate to burst Hillary Clinton's little bubble, but not only are women generals, we actually have 2 4-star women generals. Are you guys aware of this? So Time, the very same people who documented Hillary's creepy video, are the ones who wrote an article that said, things certainly have changed since Janet Wolfenberger walked up the long ramp at the Air Force Academy in 1976 under a sign declaring in 2-foot-high brushed aluminum letters, "Bring me men." She was one of 97 women in the 899-strong Academy class of 1980, the first ever to admit females. When I came in, there was still an executive order on the books that if a woman became pregnant, she could be separated from service. Wolfenberger said, just think, in my lifetime, we have come from that point to where we are today, where we have 2 4-stars, women, 2 women 4 stars. Yeah. So Hillary's saying, well, little girls can't even envision being generals. Wow. And what about great female scientists? I mean, I already talked about Carolyn Herschel. But what about Marie Curie? First woman to win a Nobel Prize. But it was bigger than that because she accomplished something few men have done. She won the award in 2 categories, physics and chemistry. Curie discovered plutonium and radium, and her work helped with the creation of X-rays. Now, I don't know if you know much about her, but this woman was rock star status smart, worked with Einstein. Have you heard of Rosalind Franklin? She continued Curie's innovations and worked as an X-ray crystallographer and a biophysicist. People don't even know who she is. She contributed to the comprehension of molecular structures. I want you to think about that. If it weren't for Rosalind Franklin and her most notable work around X-ray diffraction images of DNA, the double helix structure, you know what I'm talking about? The little thing that winds around, that maps your DNA. We wouldn't have made all those strides in the human genome if it weren't for her. And Hillary probably doesn't even know her name. And what about Lise Meitner? Without her, the world may not have discovered nuclear fusion. She worked with Otto Hahn, a famous physicist who got the Nobel Peace Prize, and the Nobel Peace Commission or people said, you know what? It's a travesty that we didn't give her this award. Female mathematicians who helped NASA. Remember the movie they just made? What was it? Hidden Figures? About the black chicks that helped. I mean, I think it was Armstrong that said, I don't even want to, don't give me the numbers until, let me give you the actual quote. Get the girl, check the numbers. And that's what he said before boarding the rocket. He says, if she says they're good, I'm good to go. He was talking about the black mathematician. They called them computers. And Hillary Clinton says women need role models. Women have role models. They need the right ones.
Kevin Jackson
on the Black Sphere Radio Network.
Do you owe back taxes to the IRS or state? The secret to avoiding the IRS nightmare is to seek professional representation. My friends at Security Tax Associates provide the most cost-effective and ethical representation in the industry while helping to avoid seizures, levies, and wage garnishments. Security Tax Associates is here to ensure that the appropriate steps are taken to permanently eliminate any possibility of future tax burdens once and for all. For a free, no-obligation consultation, contact Security Tax Associates, 844-779-4177. That's 844-779-4177. 844-779-4177, or visit them at securitytaxassociates.com.